lived a good life. I mean, I've had a lot of happiness, smiling, telling everybody that everything was beautiful every day. If I went into my church and didn't say everything was beautiful, they'd think I was sick. And I'm not that way. I mean, I sincerely believe in this old world that everything is beautiful. I mean, if I wake up in the morning and see these plants out here and all those flowers that are in there and the green grass on the ground, that's beautiful. And people don't realize what they have. They bitch about it. They do. And then nowadays, I am so upset that the things we did and the things we fought for and the boys that died for it, it's all gone down the drain. Our country's gone to hell in a handbasket. We haven't got the country we had when I was raised. Not at all. Nobody will have the fun I had. Nobody will have the opportunity I had. It's just not the same. That's not what I was. That's not what they died for. It's just not it. I'm so sorry. I'll be all right. Just takes me time to get over it. Why me? See, sitting here like this, see, all this going on. It's crazy. It's just, Emily, it's just not the same. That isn't what we fought for.
You're hit. You're bleeding, man.
I ain't got time to bleed.
Welcome back to the War on Pop Culture. It has been a hot minute, and by a hot minute, it's been, I'd say, several weeks?
Hot Texas minute.
Yeah.
Give or take.
Yeah, it's been a while is the point. So welcome back to the War on Pop Culture, everyone. Hello to some of the new faces, because we got a bunch of new subscribers. So to all of you that subscribed and are tuning in either during the stream or after the fact, hello there. And welcome to the Dark Ether Files, and welcome to the War on Pop Culture. We hope you enjoy your stay. So it's been an interesting few weeks. A lot of stuff has happened, both in the world of pop culture and in the world in and of itself. Some of which we're going to be discussing here tonight. One of the things we're going to be discussing is the overturning of Roe V Wade, which has got a lot of people hot and bothered, and that's putting it mildly. We're also going to be discussing the success of Top Gun Maverick, a film that I highly recommend you go see if you haven't already, because it is fucking fantastic, and it is a very good example of how you handle legacy characters from old franchises while introducing new characters into the new installment. So that's pretty much the agenda for tonight. And before we continue on, I will quickly address the chat. We have Kyle from Return of the Living Flat. He says, Hey, Caleb, Carter, Danner, Kingdom Nation, have an awesome show. Thank you very much, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And I would also like to thank our Patreon members, Mother Mulder, and of course, Kyle Curtis Flett. If you would like to support us, you can find the link to our Patreon down in the description below. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. So, abortion, a very touchy subject for many people.
To
And again,
say the fucking least.
yeah, I mean, putting it mildly, right? So Roe v. Wade got overturned, and people are, well, they're very very upset. You have a bunch of people. I mean, I just pulled this one right here because it's utterly hilarious. It says, in wake of Roe reversal, some American Jews see attack on religious liberty. Now, it is kind of funny because if you have Jewish people that are like getting hot and bothered over not being able to exterminate unborn life, which, by the way, isn't what the overturning of Roe v. Wade implies or has done across the board. Now, the thing is that I think that a lot of people on the pro-life, or excuse me, pro-choice side know this. I don't think they're as stupid as they used to be necessarily. I think that people do understand on some level that the overturning of Roe v. Wade just means that the right to grant abortions is back in the hands of the states rather than the nation as a whole. Which is good because then that means if somebody wants to get an abortion, they can take their ass from wherever they are and go to that state if their state doesn't allow for abortions. Obviously, it's going to cost you money, but one of the things I find very funny about the entire abortion argument, and when you look at some statistics about this, and as you'll see as we continue scrolling through Twitter,
The shitter.
the arguments
The
are
shitter Twitter.
funny because what I'm noticing personally is that people are not taking responsibility for their actions, and that's a very important focal point. And that's something that people here aren't really trying to put as much attention on because it's hard to make your case legitimate when your argument is, yeah, it's not about, oh, I was a rape victim survivor and I don't want to have to carry my rapist baby, or it's not about having the life of the mother endangered. It's literally the baby is a burden to me. I don't want it anymore. Kill it.
Wow.
That's their argument, and that's really what it is. And to put it simply, it is their position of irresponsibility, not
Damn
being
it.
not taking responsibility for your actions, and those actions being the intercourse that made the child or future child
It's
possible.
not intercourse, it's savage sex just to kill the baby.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the actual the sex that they did to get pregnant. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm with you. Go ahead.
That is savage sex.
No
guess.
shit, right?
I guess so.
Thank you. I got one in the audience that agrees.
No, I'm not agreeing.
Thank you, Honorable Banner.
I was not agreeing, but I was just trying to say. But also, the biggest like excuse of like why abortion should be legal is that, oh, I'm a victim of rape, there's stuff like that. I don't want to carry my rapist's baby, shit like that. Or I have a job and I can't have this baggage with me. That's fucking stupid though. I meant like, here's like Spooky Clutter came up with this this brilliant idea. Well, this sort of idea. I know, shocking, isn't it? He said that if abortion's being outlawed or somehow you're like you can't have an abortion, I think that the government should compensate you to carry this baby, and once it's delivered you could just give it up for adoption and just be compensated.
Well, I'll say this, that it wasn't my idea. I heard it from somewhere, I don't remember where, but it would make more sense, and it would provide some financial incentive at least. I guess. Before we go on, I want to address the chat because we have one of our new subscribers, a very cool guy, a man that I met at Fan Expo Dallas. Abomination AJ. What's going on, man? It's good
Yeah,
to see you here. Welcome to
Howdy.
the War and Pop Culture.
Hey, man, what's up?
These are my co-hosts. One of them you probably met, Carter.
Yeah.
But we also have Danner, and we also have the King of a Nation, who is using Top Gun as his image for tonight. So welcome. I'm glad to have you here. Right now we're talking about abortion. We're talking about Roe v. Wade.
Yay.
So, yeah. And pregnant women deserve to know they have a center that provides education on abortion. I stand by my donation. Blah, blah, blah. No, okay, so look. Keep abortion legal. See, again, now, as I said earlier, it most likely there's more people than we think that know that the overturning of Roe v. Wade doesn't make abortion illegal across the board. But for some reason, these people have an issue with choice. Like there's this thing about choice. It's like, okay, so Roe v. Wade doesn't make abortion illegal across the board. But we still have a problem with the fact that, it's now back in the hands of the states, right? And of course, they're all about the bodily autonomy, right? You know, my body, my choice. Obviously, that didn't apply to the scamdemic or the plan-demic, right?
Are you talking about the jab? Are you talking about the jab? Of
Yeah,
course.
of course
The
I am.
fucking jab.
Now,
Oh,
and
fuck
see,
that.
Now watch this, okay? When you mention that, okay, when you point out the obvious hypocrisy with what they're saying about my body, my choice, suddenly they're not so on the defense of my body, my choice, right? Now, it's funny. It is funny regardless.
Only until it's still to their benefit.
Look, here's the deal. I mean, this is a portion. I mean, something I'd like to talk about regarding this.
Let me just stop you just real quick. So Abomination AJ says, just stopping by. We'll catch it later, though. Hey, you have a good night, man. We'll see you when we see you, man. Thank you for
Thanks a
stopping
lot,
by.
man.
Thanks. Thanks, man.
So, I mean, here's the deal. Everybody should do their own homework on it, because there's a lot behind what went into that decision to include the woman that was at the center of it all. I'd like to go back to what Carter was kind of saying is that, look, there are certain circumstances where the woman her life is in jeopardy, which is a very, very small, minute, part, numbers wise of the possibility of her losing her life, to give up the child. But, it has to be looked at in a very broad spectrum minded view, because there's so many scenarios. First of all, you got two human beings. Okay. And when you get two human beings, a man and a woman, who their hormones are running high, the sex drive is there. All that has to be factored in. Now, Carter's right, because if a child, an infant, is born, that if it was by rape, possibly, or incest or something of that nature,
Sweet home Alabama.
Right. If the woman doesn't want to have the child, the government, state government, federal government needs to stay the hell out of it. It's a state issue. You need to set up a fund program to bring that child in, because the reality is there's a financial element there. It's a taxpayer one day. The child is going to be a taxpayer one day. So there's revenue there to be made, and everything's about money from cradle to grave. And that's a fact. But the idea of responsibility and accountability on both parties' part, that has to be, come into play as well. I mean, He didn't, unless he raped her, he didn't get in there by accident. She had to spread eagle. Okay. And be willing to receive, willing to allow him to ejaculate inside of her. I know this is your 101 class, sex class, learn it from T-Con, man.
Carter, don't be a child. Come on, be an adult about this. All right. Yeah. This isn't something uncomfortable. This is something that every person has some understanding.
There are contraceptives. There are Trojan rubbers. There is all kinds of things you can do to stop it.
Sterile.
To stop what's happening. Okay, pull it out, jerk it off, and then go back in and park in the garage.
Or better yet, just tie your tubes.
But I'm going to tell you, it's more important. And this is my final words, like Carter likes to say. This is my final words on this. Oh no, Carter didn't say that. Another good friend of mine does. It's this, that now I've lost my train of thought. Damn it. look, this is important, man. I have to get my train of thought back on this. That the child. Okay, go ahead and go on. I'll have to come back. I've lost it.
I got you. So, bodily autonomy, right? Now, this is something that always confused me about the whole abortion argument, and that it's this that they're treating the fetus or the unborn child as if it's something that won't be a life if it's left to its natural devices. They're treating what's inside as, I mean, some people call it a parasite. Like there are some people that legitimately believe and say that babies are parasites feeding off the mother. Now, obviously, the aspect of the baby feeding off the mother is somewhat true. Obviously, with the umbilical cord, getting the nutrients needed for survival and development.
Feeding for two.
Right. So that aspect is true, though I wouldn't call it a parasite because a parasite is something that has negative implications. Obviously, a baby isn't something that's
it's
negative.
feeding on the host. That would be feeding on the host for negative purposes, which is to destroy and replicate.
Yeah. Until it bursts out of your fucking chest.
Yeah.
Like,
No, not again.
Yeah.
oh no!
Here's the deal. Hey, listen.
Hang on. It just occurred to me. Can you imagine if they made a new Alien movie and they started to touch on that kind of shit? What with the...
Oh my
God damn it!
Duh.
I can imagine that they would do it. I can imagine.
Okay, I remember what I was
Hollywood, if
going
you
to
hear
say.
me, don't take it to heart. I'm not
Yes.
giving any ideas.
That's right. Don't take it to heart. Here's what I remember to tell you guys. There is so much money involved in stem cell research that has to do with the aborted fetus. There is so much money in the body parts. There's so much money in the trafficking and sale of the fetus, to include cannibalism. I'll leave it at that. That's how bad this is. This is a destruction of what it means to bear a human being into this world. It's the money. It's all about the money, power, control, and just the filthy idea, man, of chopping up this fetus on a tray and selling the parts. All right, Carter, did you get that, buddy?
I mean,
that's what happens in abortion, bud.
It's true. It's absolutely true.
And,
I've seen the videos. You
know, that's something I hate about my job, is that there have been times when gutting pigs, guess what we end up finding? Yeah, that's I always get a little, oh God, I don't, I just want to get the hell out of here right now.
Like,
but there's just something I wanted to bring up about this whole Roe V Wade thing, because this is the funny part when it comes to my part of the world. Why is anyone up here even talking about it? Like, when I see people I know who are talking about Roe v. Wade, it's like, this doesn't affect you in the slightest. We're in Canada, eh? I mean, like, before you try and say that we're all in this together because we're all women, it's like, but this doesn't affect you. It's not affecting Canada in the slightest, because you know what Trudeau's like. Anytime he sees something going on in another country, he's always like, I need to leech off of this so I can virtue signal, and it just fucking spreads throughout Canada, and everyone has to jump on their bandwagon, get on their high horse, put a fucking performance on their fucking social media accounts to, do the outrage performance. It's like, you're barking up the wrong fucking tree, because, again, until this sort of overturning affects you in your country, shut the fuck up.
Well, it's funny you say that. Go
down there and make a difference yourself if you hate it so much. Instead of sitting up here in your safe space, cry. Doesn't affect me, but hey, I'm on my high horse. Well, take your high horse down to wherever the fuck it's being overturned that makes you cry so much.
And make sure you put on a Trojan condom, too.
Ah!
Take your horse. Trojan,
Trojan horse. Ha, ha, ha.
But, it's funny you say that, because if you look on the screen, again, another funny thing you find on Twitter here, EU Parliament votes 324 to 155 to condemn U.S. Supreme Court overturning of Roe v. Wade. They have to vote to condemn. That sounds retarded. That sounds legitimately retarded. And on top of that, it's the fucking EU, the European Union. They're all the way across the pond.
Fuck.
Isn't it funny?
But even still, up here though, like when it comes to politicians, the only ones who are talking about it are the liberals, and now they're just whining about how Pure Polyev, who's like sort of like the big runner for the new conservative leader, like, how come he's not talking about it? Because it's a waste of time. It's not affecting us.
So Parliament wants to condemn Roe v. Wade. Hey, don't tell us how to do our job. We don't tell you to do your job. Hey, whose ass did we kick 200 years ago? Yeah. So shut the fuck up. You ain't got dick to say. You stay in your fucking lane. This is basically an AB.
That's actually
with Roe v. Wade out of the way. Now it's time to make women pregnant again and enslave all women.
Yeah,
wow, you fucking asshole! Looks like
now,
somebody's been reading the
and
handmaid's
make me
tale.
a fucking sandwich.
Now here's the thing. Here's the thing that really confuses me, and this is something that I've also noticed with some of the LGBT community and some of their arguments or viewpoints about heterosexuality. Women, obviously not all women, but every species, down from the biggest whale on the planet to the smallest microscopic organism, has a biological imperative to survive, to exist, and to procreate. That is a biological imperative of everything in one form or another. Now, of course, obviously, different species have different methods of doing so. With that said, you still have that biological aspect ingrained in us. And for some reason, people can't seem to understand the science of that. They, especially these days, they're treating the nuclear family like it's a relic of the past that needs to be discarded. While, funny enough, still
that's how you
utilizing,
fucking got here to begin with.
While utilizing certain aspects of it. So they pick and choose from what, certain aspects of what they like, and then they try and apply it to their new bullshit. But you're right, Danner. Everybody here, every human being is here because of that concept. Not so much a exact replica of the nuclear family, a husband and a wife getting together and doing it, because obviously you have sperm donors.
But it still played a part in getting us to where we are.
It's the male and female aspects that you can't escape. That's something that you can never escape. And I find it very funny, and I think we were talking about this before the stream started, where you have some people that are referring to women as not women that give birth anymore, but birthers or pregnant people. Yeah,
menstruators.
Yeah, and see, suddenly now women are getting offended by it. But it's like, what defines a woman?
What defines a woman?
I'm sorry, because if a Supreme Court justice can't find out what a woman is, even though she herself is a woman, I guess there's no real answer to it, is there?
What there's not. Fucking joke.
Yeah.
And now look, you see, this is what I mean, because this is the political correctness, the PC culture, the stupid word policing, the misgendering someone.
It's sterilizing the human race to the point where we're basically like fucking androids here. We could be reading off teleprompters and saying, end quote, repeat line.
Or we could be basically like the fucking like the ghouls from They Live.
Yeah, well,
but at least they had more life, though, right? They're not completely androids. They're just evil aliens, right?
We're already there. Why do you think that movie holds up so fucking well? That's why it's scary to watch.
Yeah, because it's like a reflection of real life.
It is. It's like John Carpenter was trying to warn us.
Yeah.
It is unfortunate, right? To see how society is just going down the shitter. That's why I did that intro that I did tonight. Because and you have to have some context. So the man that you saw is 100 years old.
Mhm.
He's seen some shit. So it's 2022. He was born 100 years ago. So
Like
like
1922.
1902. Or no,
No, 1922.
It's
1922.
1922, man.
Oh, yeah.
1922 to 2022 is 100.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Math in my brain. Yeah, so 1922.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, so he most likely went through World War II. He probably went in during
Yep.
World War II and fought. So
Mhm.
he's seen some shit. Okay, and then you have the Vietnam War, you have the Korean War. You have the man's seen a lot. Is the point, and
He's been
it's
through hell and back.
heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking because eventually we're going to be there. We're going to be either that age or close to it.
That's scary,
And-
Danner.
and to see
It is.
where our society has gone, which is why it's important to get into the counterculture now and to start fighting back against this shit because I don't want to live in a world where everything is just bland, boring, and depressing. I mean,
It's
it's
not-
already going down that way anyway, but look
It's-
at these fucking morons here. Oh, and by the way, they're still wearing their masks too.
Yeah.
No,
But it's not
fuck.
just that. It's like this whole progress, as they call it. It's just bubble wrapping everything for us, so everything is so fucking safe. And then the more
Fuck
comfortable we feel as they continue to bubble wrap everything, we're not going to be properly prepared for any shit when it fucking hits the fan.
That's
Wow.
true.
Yeah.
All you have to do, and this is an experiment. All you got
Fucking
to
cry
do.
on your goddamn social media account instead of getting up there, pulling out a fucking gun and shooting your enemies
Here, watch this.
or something.
Do a social experiment.
Mhm.
Turn off all the power in a, let's say, California, or if you want to say United States. But I say California because California is full of those progressive people, right? So
Oh,
turn
I
off
see.
the power, turn off the internet in California for just one day.
California.
One day.
Mhm.
Society will break out into utter insanity because they don't have access to the social media. They don't have access to their soapbox. So they actually have to go out, they have to talk to people, which, to be fair, you do have people that think like they think that have no problem going out and protesting, right? Quotations. Because, I mean, look, they've already set fire to fucking cities. I mean, do you remember what happened with the George Floyd riots?
Nah.
Oh,
They were
fiery.
They
yeah,
were
yeah.
mostly peaceful. Yeah.
Fiery but mostly peaceful protests, right? Yeah. So
I mean, yeah, they burned that building down, bud, and they're getting really violent. But it's mostly peaceful out here, Tom.
but you know, you have that, and then you have the January 6th incident, which they're calling worse than 9/11, even though nobody died that day.
off.
Nobody
Oh,
died
fuck
that day.
that. Nobody
And
died.
if I remember,
Ain't nobody died.
correctly, the city and DC, all that, everything was still standing. Everything was still standing. There wasn't much on fire. I know that there some fires were set later on, but the initial march, nothing really crazy happened until the one woman that died, the one that got shot in the neck because she was climbing through that window. So some motherfucker decided to pop a cap in her neck, and then she bled out and died. I watched the video. And of course, people were saying, "Oh, it's her fault. It's her fault because she was there in the first place." You know, I'll say this: that when they did the march onto DC like that, not only do I think, just as a quick side note, was it a bullshit? A whole thing was set up because they let the people in. First of all, that's very important. They let those people in. They did what they did. And of course, the media painted it in such a way because, alt-right, conservative, Trump supporters, blah, 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 blah.
And when Trump made that message saying, "Okay, enough is enough, go home," what happens next? Delete his Twitter account.
Yeah.
What
But
a
you know what?
coincidence.
But
They're
you know what?
covering their fucking tracks
Yeah,
is what they're doing.
But you know, I find it funny though because Trump, while his supporters were marching down there, you want to know what he was doing? He was having a good old time in a tent with his family, singing, dancing, eating, drinking, laughing. I'm serious. That's where he was. So, you know, very good support. You know, that's why I had some trust in him, and unfortunately, my trust was betrayed. And I had to be reminded that you can't trust the system because, yeah, he said a lot of good things, but one of the things he did say that wasn't so good was he was the father of the vaccine, the very vaccine that's been killing people.
Well, wait a minute. He's never reneged on that either.
Hmm.
Even to this date, you listen, just real quick as a side note, Senator Johnson, forgot what state he is from, had a committee panel where no other politicians showed up within the Senate or the House of Representatives, and they brought doctors, military doctors, professionals in medical field, saying the damage, the irreversible damage that the shots are doing on every level. The biggest one is heart attacks. You got young people falling dead on the football field, soccer field, basketball court, you name it, man. And they're not reporting it. The vaccine has various side effects, and it's just a terrible thing. And yet Donald Trump still is on board with the shot. I haven't heard him renege. So there you go.
Then basically, in words of George Carlin, the only way to achieve the American dream is to be asleep.
Yeah, that's right.
The American dream, you have to be asleep to believe it. But I mean, to be honest, how long? I mean, is the American dream even really a thing now? Because I mean,
it's
from
more
what
of a
I
fucking
heard,
nightmare.
well, from what I heard, America is a systemically racist country that with no redeemable qualities whatsoever. Now,
who the fuck said that?
Same in Canada, and yeah, Trudeau said that, by the way. That
Oh,
Canada's
fuck
built
him.
on systemic racism.
yeah,
So-
they have. I mean, you know, I mean, like for example, just another side note. You know, they systemically homophobic, transphobic. I don't know if they say systemically, but you know, the LGBT community, and certainly not everybody. I'm not going to lump every single person that is of the LGBT. I just find it very funny that so many are at least the ones that are vocal are talking about how everyone is like they're still experiencing discrimination, right? Yet they have the support of the U.S. government. They have support of many different militaries. You know why? Because I've seen the videos where they actually have the rainbow flag, which is a hijacked symbol, by the way, because the rainbow flag wasn't always a representation of that community. There was actually quite a few biblical references with the rainbows and it being a good thing. So, you know, again, it's another hijacking of things. That's just another little side note.
But maybe they're just all upset because, well, it's July now, and all those evil corporations that they thought were supporting them. Well, it's like that meme where it shows Andy, but holding Woody, but it's the rainbow flag.
Like,
But July
I don't want to
hits.
hold you anymore.
Yeah,
I don't want to play with you anymore.
That's exactly what it is. But
it's accurate, yeah.
But
pretty much
the problem isn't the community. The problem are the consumers in said community. Like the same people who will whine about capitalism. I know I probably said this a dozen times, but they whine about the capitalism, evil corporations, yada, yada, yada. But the second they change their Twitter icon to the pride flag, let's go buy some sneakers or a Whopper.
Oh, right. That's so true, man.
Now, I want to take a look at this. So this person says adoption is heralded as a band-aid for forced birth. This is just one way adoption is trauma for adopted humans who are 8 times more likely to be abused than people with biological caregivers. Stats Academy for Pediatry.
Huh.
Now, here's the thing. I'll say this, that I think that the adoption system needs some revamping because I've seen many instances where you've had adopted parents that were just absolute shitheads to the adopted child. So I will say that the adoption system needs to be worked on for sure. I just don't. I mean, look, we already know why most people are trying to get abortions. Okay, we've already discussed this, but you know, just for the sake of conversation, again, it isn't about the life of the mother being in danger. And don't get me wrong, I think that there are instances where you would have to get an abortion, in the sense that, you know, if the mother's life is in danger and you have to kind of juggle with choices, if you can't save both, then I would say maybe save the life of the baby. Or the life of the mother. Sorry. So I mean,
that is very fair because I do actually know someone who went through that. If I'm being honest, no names, but
yeah, I gotcha. So I will say that there are instances where you'll have to make that kind of a choice. Okay. With that said, that's not what's being discussed here.
No.
What's being discussed is irresponsibility because people are having sex and they're not taking the proper precautions. And so then you have idiots that say, well, maybe men should just get vasectomies if they're going to make abortion illegal, which again, they're not making abortion illegal across the board. But apparently,
Well, hey.
I've heard how those are described, and it makes me squeamish.
I got a question.
It kind of does. What?
Caleb, can I play a little bit of George Carlin?
I'm guessing it's the one that Carter keeps on sending me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. It's
no.
Caleb can
I
bring
got
it up. He sent it in the group chat, so Caleb can.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
But this is on. I don't know. You're going to be getting like a mixed result. This is on pro life. I mean, I'll show it, but I don't know.
It's only a minute long. Just play it, man. It's good.
Give me 1 second.
George Carlin's the best, man.
Yes,
There's no doubt.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
God damn. If only he was still alive. If he was still alive, he would have a shitload of source material. Rest in peace.
You know what he would have did, Carter? He would have put on a doctor's coat and with a stethoscope and started going through hospitals.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It's at the point where the best comedians are just,
Yeah.
gone.
Things are slowly coming back, but anyway, here we go.
Let me know if you can hear it, by the way, because I've been having some audio issues.
Well, hey, whoa. Advance it about 4 or 5 seconds so you don't have to hear the clapping.
Okay, so if you're, are you going to try and play the audio, or what are you trying to do?
No, I'm doing what you were going to do, but there you go, right there. Hit about 3 seconds.
Boy,
Can you hear it?
Yep.
Yeah, yep.
conservatives are really something, aren't they? They're all in favor of the unborn. They will do anything for the unborn. But once you're born,
you're on your own.
Us.
Pro-life conservatives are obsessed with the fetus from conception to 9 months. After that, they don't want to know about you. They don't want to hear from you. No, nothing. No neonatal care, no daycare, no Head Start, no school lunch, no food stamps, no welfare, no nothing. If you're pre-born, you're fine. If you're preschool, you're fucked. Conservatives don't give a shit about you until you reach military age. Then they think you are just fine, just what they've been looking for. Conservatives want live babies so they can raise them to be dead soldiers.
Oh my God.
Pro-life. These people aren't pro-life, they're killing doctors. What kind of pro-life is that? What, they'll do anything they can to save a fetus, but if it grows up to be a doctor, they just might have to kill it? They're not pro-life. You know what they are? They're anti-woman. Simple as it gets. Anti-woman. They don't like it. They don't like women.
That's it.
Well,
Yep. Pretty much, yeah. So yeah, that was my thought
ew,
on it.
gross.
Yeah, but once you're born, you're on your own.
Yeah, but you know what? I can't say that that's true for everyone. Obviously, I'm sure it is true. I mean, I don't trust Republicans as much as I don't trust Democrats. I think that they're both corrupt in their own ways.
I think
It's just the thing is that if you don't care, I mean, look, if everybody's getting abortions, then you might as well kiss humanity goodbye. I mean, because look, here's the truth of the matter. These days, they are encouraging people to not procreate. They're encouraging people to go with the opposite sex. They're encouraging people to not be productive members of society. The jabs, of course. All right.
That's going to help reduce the population, I'm sure.
They're obsessed with ending a lot of life. This is obvious when you see these people get on here. Like, I mean, I saw a video years ago where this woman was being interviewed about her children or having children, and she said something that she said, "I kill my kids," and she smiled while saying it.
And
What
she's
the
black.
fuck?
And she's black.
Yeah,
too.
that's right. She was black. Yeah. Now,
Actually, there's something I wanted to bring up real quick.
go ahead.
Now, there's this one, for all the outrage that that the abortion shit gets. There's one thing I really, really fucking hate what people say, is when they say, "I wish I had been aborted," just to really stick it to them. All I could say is, so do I. Go to sleep and don't wake up.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get that out.
I mean, here's the thing. They're so obsessed with anti-life, yet they're all about pro-choice. It's like, they're obsessed with the abortion thing. They're obsessed with it. And I'm thinking to myself, what is this obsession with wanting to kill babies? And look, watch this. I remember a woman, it was an article online somewhere, I believe, where she said that she got 21 abortions. 21. And she's complaining about not being able to get pregnant anymore. And I'm like, motherfucker, you got 21 abortions. 21.
Okay, that is straight up going. That is the perfect example of what right-wingers, pro-lifers might exaggerate a bit when people say, "Oh, you just want to kill. You just want to kill." Well, there's your fucking killer right there.
Yeah, and certainly not everybody is like that. You got to leave some margin for error. It's just this obsession. Yeah. And people are so hot and bothered by it because the audacity of having a choice. They say they're pro-choice, but they're not pro-choice on everything. They're not.
It's just an obsession. And that's just the buzzword they like to use as their coping mechanism.
And celebrities, freaking Alyssa Milano or Melissa, whatever the fuck her name is.
Alyssa Milano, fuck.
I also heard that Uma Thurman went to one of these protests.
No,
too. Mia Hawke, her daughter, Miss Stranger Things, right? She's there too, talking about. She said that if it wasn't for her mother's abortion, then she would have never been born.
What the fuck?
So I guess Uma Thurman got an abortion, and then later she got pregnant again and had Maya, whatever. So you have people that bring up these instances where it's like, yeah, I'm glad that my mother got an abortion so I could be born. It's like, that's kind of weird. I don't know what it is, but it's a little suspicious.
Oh, speaking of Hollywood celebrities and their tone-deaf takes. You saw that picture that Mark Hamill was posting about the whole adoption shit? Like, shows a picture of Joker and it's like, well, adopt your kids.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, by the way, to add on to
villains.
Yeah, and to add on to that, there was someone, it was, I believe it was Mark Hamill's daughter-in-law. And she was talking about how Mark had was egging her on to get an abortion.
Oh, right.
Now I want to look for that real quick.
What is the obsession? Unless you have a good reason, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
it's kind of sick. It's sick. Hold on, it's sick though because how can you? I mean, that's kind of demented. Like egging your daughter-in-law to get an abortion. I mean, it's an obsession with death, and it's just.
Okay. To anyone who has this obsession with abortions, this might sound weird when I say this, but if you're someone who's so obsessed with having an abortion that when you get pregnant,
Danner, your mic cut out. Your mic cut out.
Oh shit, we lost him. He'll be back.
No, we didn't lose him. He exited stage left. All right, so this is the article I was talking about. So ex-girlfriend of Mark Hamill's son says the Star Wars actor tried to force her to get an abortion.
By what? Force choking her?
That's funny. Sorry, I was just getting a conversation real quick. So yeah, this is kind of disturbing. And the thing is sadly, Mark Hamill has gone down this route of bullshit, and he has Trump derangement syndrome. Welcome back, Danner.
Did you hear me?
No,
yeah,
you cut out.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
But did you hear what I said before I cut out?
No, we didn't.
Anyone who's obsessed with getting an abortion, please do it. I don't want you to reproduce.
Just carrying on the stupidity.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, I said what I said.
Yeah, but here you go. So, ex-girlfriend of Mark Hamill's son says the Star Wars actor tried to force her to get an abortion. The ex-girlfriend of Mark Hamill's son, actor, blah, blah, blah. Megan Chen is suing to establish paternity. Yeah, I can't speak tonight. Paternity and collect child support for her unborn daughter, who is due on October 31st as of this article. Chen, a former porn actress, says she met Hamill's son, Nathan Hamill, 37, a toy maker on Tinder, and went on a first date on New Year's Eve last year. After dating for 3 months, a 30-year-old who now works as a model and lives in Las Vegas discovered she was pregnant. So that's her, and that's Mark Hamill's son. Looks just like him.
Almost. Wait. Hold on.
What?
Well, it's sort of kind of fucking not poetic though, but sort of weird though how a former porn star gets pregnant, and now let me tell you something. And now, I know this because I don't just shut up. Okay, before we literally get stuck in the dick sand, I'm pretty sure that in the porn industries, I'm pretty sure that the women the women have to have like birth controls or spermicides or have their tubes tied, but so they can't get pregnant. So it's kind of poetic though how this woman, who I'm pretty sure got knocked up by a literally got stuffed like an egg eclair by multiple dudes, is fucking complaining about having to abort something growing inside of her.
But she's not complaining about it. She's saying that she was getting egged on to do it.
Oh.
Yeah.
What kind of egg?
Pay attention, damn it! Mark
to-
Hamill was pressuring her to get the abortion. There's
like,
something wrong with that picture. You understand that?
Yeah,
Look,
I
she
understand.
says, shush, hold on. Look, she said that since then, Nathan and his parents have pressured her to terminate the pregnancy. Mark Hamill told me that I shouldn't bring a child into the world that nobody wants. Now, if that's true, if that is true, what a scummy thing to say. What an absolute scummy thing to say. But, it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me because these Hollywood types have been doing this shit for so long, and they've been emboldened to do it. Okay, because nobody has properly stood up against it. But the culture is shifting. Okay, we're seeing this with Gina Carano, which, by the way, was fantastic meeting her at Fan Expo. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get any video, but you guys know damn well that if I was able to, we would have had her say our favorite catchphrase on the channel. The entertainment is out there. And I will be talking about something else before we go into our next subject related to the entertainment being out there, because there is a new bit of entertainment on the frontier that is making its way through, and it has to do with Mr. Eric July. But before we get on to that, we'll hold off on that for a second. So overall, the important thing to remember is that this shit will eventually pass. Like anything and everything that has come throughout history of the world, this will pass. It's just a matter of time. But personally, I'm hoping that it happens sooner rather than later, because I'm getting tired of all these new additions, for example, to the LGBT in the LGBT community shit. Because what is it? LGBTQIA plus now? Is that what it is?
I have no fucking idea.
Yeah, it kind of is.
It's amazing. They keep on adding so many letters to it. I hear many people come up with abbreviations like lettuce, bacon, and something else. It's some funny shit, but I'm getting tired of this shit, guys. Like, this war is exhausting sometimes because the stupidity is abundant. But luckily, there are people that are waking up to it. There are people that are saying, enough is enough. And these Hollywood elitists that think that they're going to live forever on this shit. They're so they feel so threatened by the overturning of Roe v. Wade. I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Go to your strongholds, in the states where they're like, yeah, come on in, get your abortions and pay for it too. Pay for it too, because this shit's not free. They're getting their money's worth on it.
Okay, you just made me think of something.
Go for it.
Okay,
humorous.
Have you ever seen Kenny versus Spenny?
No.
Kenny versus Penny?
Spenny.
No,
but,
who that?
What? Well, first of all, he was in the Spenny was in the thumbnail for that video we did on Bacon's channel.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, but the competition was who can commit the most crime. And at one point, Kenny puts a fucking kiosk out in front of his house, free abortions.
Oh, oh shit.
Yeah, it's a Canadian show. It's free to watch on YouTube if you ever want to check it out because
Free to
it's a
watch.
funny fucking show.
I think I might have to.
Yeah, Kenny's
So-
fucking hilarious.
I don't know, guys. I think that that eventually, just like everything else, there's gonna be a new thing to be pissed off about, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's gonna be like another freaking pandemic that they're
Scam.
gonna probably orchestrate. Yeah, scamdemic, right? Plandemic 2.0. Yeah, there's gonna be something else because what was it? It was COVID, then it was George Floyd, then it was back to COVID, then it was what else happened? I don't know.
Was it the monkeypox?
Yeah, but that seemed to be very short lived. They were hyping
Yeah.
that up, but then it's like it's not even being heard.
I know one. Fucking gun violence. How about that?
Oh yeah, that was the last big thing. Oh, okay, no. We also have the Ukraine thing. You know,
Oh,
Russia
yeah.
and Ukraine. Then
I
the gun
support
violence
the current thing.
right? Pride Month, and then now the Roe v. Wade thing. Yeah,
Oh,
supporting
don't
the
even get
current
me
thing. Yeah.
Oh, don't even get me started on the 4th of July massacre in near Chirac.
You know, it's funny because I haven't heard too much about that. I haven't heard many of the activists talking about that.
Yeah.
What
And it's
the
kind
hell?
of yeah, it's
Very
kind of
suspicious, don't you
and
think?
it's kind of weird though. Not to mention that it was like I don't understand. Like, did he have a fucking motive to do so? I don't know. I fucking don't know why though.
Who knows?
Yeah,
But again, you know, it's not surprising. I mean, it is interesting though how the media is selective about what they cover.
Mm-hmm. It's not a surprise, though.
it's basically a fucking TMZ meeting. Like okay, this story's getting old. We need something new. Roe v. Wade, like the outlaw of abortion. That's a good one. Keep going. What else you got me? We need to get going on the roll. Ooh, more the gun. How about gun violence? Okay, sure thing. Somebody shut up. Someone make a fake school shooting. We'll cover that. Oh,
Climate change.
climate change. Exactly.
Yeah, of course.
Oh. And while we're on the topics of these scam or these fads that's going on, so I'm pretty sure y'all have heard about what happened in Uvalde, Texas. You know that.
Yeah, we talked about it. Remember?
Yeah, but also, do you know who's at fault? Both parties are at fault. The shooter is actually 3 parties are at fault. The shooters, the school, and the fucking cops. The fucking cops are about as useful as it's about as useful as a fucking lighter in a room full of dynamite.
Well, you know what's funny?
No, I have a better one. About as useful as trying to fend off a burglar with a fly swatter.
There you go.
There you go.
Now here's the funny thing. Again, it's another hypocritical stance about weapons. You know, they don't like people, they being the hardcore leftist NPC morons. They don't like it when ordinary citizens have guns. Then they also say that the cops are bad and racist. But then they will also say that only cops should have guns, right? Only they should have weapons, but you don't trust them. You think that they're racist because the cops have abused minorities. So,
the pot calling the kettle black. How ironic.
yeah,
Constantly trying to have their cake and eat it, but they can't select the cake.
Yeah.
they're
Yeah,
trying to, have their cake, eat it, but they lose it all the same.
Yep. Yeah. And not to mention what's going on up in your neck of the woods, Danner. Fucking Trudeau saying like the major abolishment of guns, though.
Castro Jr.
Castro Jr. It's kind
Maybe
Castro Shitler.
You know what? I have a new one. We should call him Castrated Castro.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Castro.
Speaking of Castro, I'm glad he's fucking dead, though.
Yeah, he was a very evil
Cruel.
SOB, wasn't he?
Evil SOB, but a very funny motherfucker on 5.
Call of Duty Zombies, for those who don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
so I think we've said all we need to say for now on this abortion topic until something big comes out of it or something else big. Yeah, now you guys know our stance on abortion or the Roe v. Wade thing. Yay! Right?
And why do I get the feeling that because this is going on, why do I get the feeling there's going to be I have a feeling that there's going to be a bombing at a mosque, and it's going to be all about Islam or like hate against Islams and shit like that. Why? Just you wait. Just you fucking wait.
Well, I haven't heard too much about the terrorists.
Yeah.
I think we talked about this before. That terrorists being very advantageous about attacking civilized countries. You would think that they would take advantage of a country that is at a very weak point, right? Like, let's say in 2020, where there was a global lockdown and no terrorist attacks whatsoever since then, or during that.
They just didn't want to catch COVID.
Yeah,
or the terrorists are afraid of COVID too.
Yeah, or there wasn't a single school shooting when that happened.
That's because all the schools were shut down.
Yeah. So that was a plus, though.
I don't think you understand what I'm saying here.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, though, at least there wasn't any school shootings, though, because it was closed, though, due to the fake-ass pandemic, though.
Okay, Carter, you're...
Just never mind. Just
here's the point, people. Here's the point, people. You should very much question the whole terrorist thing, and I'm talking all the way back even to the Bush days, because fuck Bush.
Yeah.
Fuck George Bush.
Man,
he's just as bad as everyone else.
Yep. Man, fuck him and fuck his dad. His dad should have been eaten by the fucking Japanese.
And don't forget Dill Clinton.
oh, the fucking pedophile. Oh, yeah. Hey, go on, sweetie. Come on. Okay.
No, not Bill Clinton. Dill Clinton.
The asteroid demonoid Dill Clinton.
Yeah, he knows what's up.
Yeah, he knows what's up. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know your schedule. Bye, sweetie. Go. Yeah. Love you.
So,
bye.
Moving on now. Let's talk a little bit about pop culture.
Yeah.
War.
This is the war of pop culture.
Yes. There is a new frontier that probably most of you that have, most of you guys probably already know. If you guys have been following us.
Hang on, didn't you want to say something about Eric July here real quick first?
That's what I'm bringing up.
Okay.
Bringing up. So on this new frontier, obviously for those who have been following Eric July, so a few of our subscribers have because we met them at the convention, so they already know. So today, Eric July had released a new video and also started a new Twitter account promoting his new comic series. He's calling it the Ripperverse. So Ripperverse Comics. If you guys haven't already been following him, follow it on Twitter. He also has a video that you can find right here or on YouTube. It's on Eric's channel. Make sure you go watch that video because it is something very exciting to see, to experience, and to be a part of. So pre-orders for his book, for his new comic, are going to be going live on July 11th. So that will be next Monday, or not next Monday, this coming Monday.
Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay, you cut out there real quick.
Oh, okay. So they'll be going live this coming Monday, and I'm definitely going to do it. I'm gonna get by there and pre-order. Make sure I have the money in the bank, of course. But no, I'm very excited for this because, as you guys already know, I've been trying to do my own comic, and it's been a little slow. There, work and everything, but this is inspiring me to continue going because this guy is doing it, and you guys know we met Eric and the Geeks and Gamers crew a couple weeks ago, and it was fantastic, man. It was absolutely fantastic.
Hell yeah!
So make sure you go support Eric, support this new frontier of entertainment because we are going to win the culture war, the war on pop culture, and it starts with supporting the small content creators like Eric, like us, and Gina Carano because she was one of the most brave women. She is one of the most brave women you'll ever meet. She's also very sweet, very nice. Just meeting her at the convention, meeting our hero. I consider her a hero, one of our heroes, because she's the reason why we are here the way we are today. So it's fantastic seeing this development, seeing alternatives to the entertainment industry, popping up. So make sure you go support your independent content creators because they need your support, and it's also going to benefit you as well.
Yeah, you get quality.
Yes,
And that-
quality
and that-
over quantity.
You hear that, Disney?
Yeah, Disney.
Hey,
Oh,
you know,
and-
speaking of Disney, the new Thor movie came out, right? And I've been hearing some hilarious shit about it. Obviously, I'm not going to go watch it.
No.
I have no desire whatsoever. Thor: Love and Thunder. Well, what did Natalie
retarded
Portman
title.
say? Natalie Portman said that it was like it's the gayest Marvel movie ever. Now, again, the marketing for these people is absolutely insane. You're promoting your shit based off of identity politics, and you somehow think this is going to win. Oh, you know what? Speaking again, Lightyear.
Maybe it's just the brand of Marvel because it draws in the fucking Carter.
Sorry, I was saying
Talking.
Buddha Lightyear.
Yeah. Anyway, but it's Marvel. It's a cash cow that there's still a lot of milk to get out of there, but the marketing's still stupid. And I don't even know why they're even bothering. Like, it's going to make money anyway, so shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
But yeah,
The
Lightyear.
gayest movie ever, right? Yeah, Lightyear. So Buzz Lightyear spin-off movie. Did we need it? No, we
No.
fucking didn't.
No, I'll tell you what you did need though. You need to go watch that original 2D animated Buzz Lightyear movie, and then watch the TV show that it inspired. Because I voiced Buzz Lightyear.
There you go.
Oh, look at you.
You didn't know that? That
No,
was
I didn't,
that was
because I
Patrick
never watched
Warburton.
I didn't
Oh,
watch it.
That was
I
actually
know.
that was a fun show.
I'm sure it was. Back when entertainment used to be entertainment, right?
Yeah, now it's
Right.
all gone to shit.
Now,
But
because,
yeah, go
because
ahead.
film is art, not content.
There you go.
But Disney does not know that anymore. They used to, but
They've been politicizing the shit out of things, and obviously, I find it very funny that they're so all about this diversity and inclusion bullshit. They don't mind giving shelter to the pedophiles,
But you know what I love about their obsession with like this LGBT representation shit? Every time they always try and make a big deal out of it in the marketing, always acting like, oh, this is the first gay character in this Disney movie. How many times have they done that? More times than I can fucking count. Yeah, and then when they do have that in their movies, it's like a blink and you'll miss it, and it's a character that had no real significance to the story. So why even do it?
Well, the funny thing is,
Skywalker.
Well, the funny thing
Yeah.
is, they don't really
Or
have
Lightyear.
balls to do
They
it
don't.
because
Here's
why.
That's what I find hilarious. They beef this shit up in the marketing, and then what happens is like, oh, like it
It's
lasted
because
like 2 seconds.
they're not as
China!
interested in the American economy compared to other foreign economies, like you said, China, because
Yeah,
China
sucking the egg roll.
feels
Sucking the egg roll.
they feel a certain way about certain things. China does. They have a particular disdain for feminine men, for example, LGBT related
people.
content, black people. Yes,
China, go back to China.
But with Lightyear, I just wanted to bring something up. Obviously I didn't go see it because, like you, I'm just at the point where it's like I just don't care to support Disney anymore. But
yeah, I can't.
I mean, I can rewatch my classics all I want, but it's not like I'm paying them. But
That's true.
But there was a certain plot points like, all right, let's just get this right out of the bag. There can only be one Buzz Lightyear, and his name's Tim Allen.
Absolutely.
Or Patrick
Infinity and
Warburton.
beyond.
Or Patrick Warburton even. But
To infinity and beyond.
as silly as that is. But Chris Evans, I think, to quote Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, he's a one-trick pony. Because what do we really know him for?
Captain America.
What else?
Hey, what else?
Don't say the Human Torch. That doesn't count. That's still Marvel.
Flame on! Oh shit! Wrong movie.
Yeah, but there was just a plot point about that when I saw the trailer and I saw what that Zurg was gonna be. It's like, oh, Zurg looks kind of cool though. I'll admit that. But then I heard what Zurg was in this movie. It's like,
Are you shitting me? I'm out.
Zurg is a future version of Buzz.
Really?
As opposed to just being evil Emperor Zurg. Oh, it's evil Buzz from the future?
What the fuck?
Lame.
I don't get it either.
But you know what? It's funny because you know what Chris Evans said about people that didn't like the whole LGBT aspect of
We're gonna die off like dinosaurs.
And what happened?
We
a
don't know.
dinosaur movie beat out Lightyear.
That is the tastiest stroke of irony ever. But too bad it wasn't a good movie either.
Oh,
But you know what? It was better than Lightyear, I'm sure. More entertaining, maybe. I mean,
Yeah, but-
more entertaining for stupid entertainment. But I mean,
Mm.
look, I personally enjoyed it for what it was. I mean, it's obviously a shit Jurassic Park movie. I'm not gonna mince words. It was a shit movie. But you guys know me. I like looking for subliminal messages in movies, and they always put shit in movies anyway. So, and they had a whole bunch of shit
Was
in
this
that
in here?
movie.
Any recent movie you need to go see that has any sort of like nostalgic legacy? Hello.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Is it that time? Is it
Yes,
time to
it
get
is.
into it?
Is it
9:45 Central Time. Let's go ahead.
Simon,
So here's the thing. There are very few franchises that have been able to successfully bring back their legacy characters in a respectful way.
Mhm.
One of the ones that hasn't done it, Star Wars. Right
Where
there.
It's not even just that. I mean, the list goes on. You can look at not just the Obi-Wan series, but the sequel trilogy as well.
Fuck the sequel trilogy. You know
They
what
have
I-
absolutely
Exactly.
disrespected Star Wars to the point where it's no longer recognizable. Now, look, we knew eventually they would come for something in the prequels. We knew it
Mhm.
because they already massacred the sequel trilogy, but they weren't done there because they have the entire Star Wars playbox to fuck around with, right?
Like,
So eventually they were going to come for the prequels. And so they did the same thing they did with the sequel or the original trilogy characters. They fucked over the character, they made a stupid shit story, and
And they dropped like flies.
yeah.
and they fucking
But
dropped like.
go ahead, Carter. I'll let you finish.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just that like according to that interview by Entertainment Weekly by Kathleen Kennedy, she said when we were making the Star Wars sequel trilogy, we didn't have any source materials. Hey, fucking excuse me. Hello, you have a shitload of material like fan books written by fans for fans and people, and you just say, oh, like okay, we're gonna do a movie, like we're gonna make it though, like okay, let's just copy and paste that, but try not like it's like that meme, like hey, can I copy your homework? Sure, just try not to make it too similar. And then they get it's basically the sequel trilogy is like the original trilogy, but you put more stupid shit in there and just fucking nostalgia bait. It's like fucking attracting a fish on a fucking hook. It's like a fucking like look, it's like a fucking nostalgia hook. Like nostalgia bait is like nostalgia is right here. It's on a fucking hook. Once you're hooked, yeah, you're fucked. You're on your own. And here's the thing though, like now I know that people were giving shit to George Lucas about the prequel trilogy and why it sucked, but now they are kind of kicking themselves for saying, "Oh, actually, you know what? It's not that bad. The sequel trilogy is shit, though." Now, and let me tell you something though. If I
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't sort of one of those people.
I used to be one of those people. I used to be one of those people that hated the prequel trilogy. But then as I got older and when I reached the age of reason, I sort of liked it. And guess what? Even though you can't see it, like above me, I have an N1 Starfighter above my head. Hell, I even have fucking Padme's gun. Padme's fucking gun, which I fucking ordered and painted and assembled myself. I fucking love this gun. And even though there are some characters in there that fucking annoy me, I still love it though.
Yeah.
Unlike the fucking sequel trilogy, it's just there are, because like in some franchises there are some characters that are unforgettable, and then there's just some characters that should have just been yeeted. Like you should have just said yeetus to that fetus. Just straight up yeetus to the fetus. Just like I know him a few examples. Rose Tico, fucking bitch, can't stand her. Admiral Holdo, can't fucking stand her ass. General Hux, Snoke, who else? Kylo fucking Ren, and Jake Skywalker, and Maz Kanata, and who else? Who else can I not fucking stand? Oh yeah, Captain Phasma. I'm pretty sure they just did like Caleb said, They only made her just so Disney can make fucking toys off of her, just to make fucking money off of her.
I
She's
mean, I didn't say
Duh.
that, but
She
it
was
is
basically
true
the Boba
regardless.
Fett.
It is.
She was basically the Boba Fett of the sequel trilogy. In like the epic rap battle of history,
Saw it coming.
you only had 5 lines in the trilogy, and one of them was
Yep. But
know
again, that
Kathleen
trilogy.
Kennedy.
No, finish.
Sorry, Kathleen Kennedy and Disney. You and not to mention, I'm fucking calling your ass out, right, Joe? You called us fucking man babies because we had an opinion. We like someone who George Lucas gave. It's like they gave you a big fucking responsibility, and you know what you do? You just pissed it all away. You just pissed it all away. You know how fucking stupid that was? You know, if I could go back in time, I would tell George Lucas, don't fucking sell to Disney. If I even had proof, like brought back information from the future to show to George Lucas, like what the fuck's going on, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't do it though. You know what he should have done? He should have let someone else take control. Not fucking Disney, not Kathleen Kennedy, not that fucking asshole Ride Joe, not J.J. Abrams. No disrespect to him, but he should have done a better job,
Actually,
though.
full disrespect to him because he's the one that started this shit in the first place.
Exactly.
Oh, I take it back.
And then
Full
he gave us
disrespect to him.
Rise of Skywalker too. On top of that, so
Yeah, and Big actually scratched.
I
that. Big
regret what I
disrespect.
said 7 years ago now.
yeah, right.
Yeah, you fucking regret it. But you know what? At least have somebody, like an actual fandom, like hardcore Star Wars fans that really love this shit, that are willing to risk financial closure, like are willing to quit their job, sell their house, sell their car just for money, just to make a big fucking Star Wars production, like a big, like a sequel that we've waited for a long time, or a spinoff. Just go all out there. They are.
Here's the point. Okay, I don't mean to cut you off, but it's
Thank
just
you.
we gotta. We understand. Here's the point that's being made here. Star Wars and its treatment of legacy characters has not been good whatsoever.
No one has.
And so, you know, for years we have been talking about it. We've had these views. Many people have noticed it. So when you get certain franchises that surprise us, it gives like a little glimmer of hope, because it means that there are still good people in the entertainment industry in Hollywood. I don't want to write off Hollywood completely. It's just most of Hollywood, unfortunately, is run by a bunch of morons and a bunch of very bad people. And that's not really my words per se. I've heard Hollywood actors, you know, that aren't part of the group that's sucking on the Kool-Aid. Okay, that there are good people in Hollywood, but they're very few and far between, unfortunately. Which is why, again, it's important to support alternatives. With that said, there are 2 franchises that I can think of right now that have done a great job in handling its legacy characters while also giving new characters in a new story that's continuing the old story that came before. The 2 franchises are the Karate Kid franchise,
Yes.
and Top Gun.
Fuck yeah.
Now, a little bit of a spoiler warning if you haven't seen Top Gun Maverick yet, but Top Gun Maverick is fantastic. It does what I mean, and here's the funny thing. I have never seen Top Gun, the original, until the day I went to go see Top Gun Maverick. So I watched the original Top Gun before going to see Top Gun Maverick, and it did me a great justice, because you have to be able to understand and have watched the first Top Gun to get the emotional impact of the sequel.
Oh yeah, big time.
Now, I won't say that, I would say that it's mandatory viewing to watch the original Top Gun before watching Top Gun Maverick. That way you understand the references and understand the emotional impacts that the story has on the characters in the movie, in the new film. So Top Gun Maverick does what Star Wars should have done with the legacy characters. You gave us a good return of our original cast for the most part, while also giving us new characters that we can invest in. Okay. So the movie follows Maverick years later after the original Top Gun. And basically, the gist is he's being called back to Top Gun, the school, to train a new generation of fighter pilots. One of those pilots being the son of Goose, the Maverick's best friend that died in the first film. And his call sign is Rooster. And it was a drama. First and foremost, I mean, it was a good drama. See, the thing about some dramas, like for example, Titanic, I absolutely hate Titanic. I can't stand that movie. It's obnoxious for me.
I like it.
I know that some of you guys like it. I just can't stand it. But
I'll never let go.
The drama was handled really well in Maverick and Top Gun Maverick. And again, you have to watch the first film in order to properly understand it. And I had the privilege of being able to watch the movie twice in a 4D theater. It enhanced the experience of the film to, like times 10. So if you're able to watch Top Gun Maverick in a 4D theater somewhere, do it because it's enjoyable as hell.
Yeah, and you're giving that movie a lot of financial support just for that alone.
Yes. And one of the
doing really well. That's awesome.
That's what I heard. And one of the really cool things is that before the movie starts, you have Tom Cruise giving an interview thanking the fans for coming to see this movie. And he even says that this movie, the sequel to Top Gun, is for the fans. Okay, now it's making a lot of money because it was a good film and because they did not have any kind of political bullshit in the film. It was pure entertainment. Now, you have a few of the shill media sites that are attacking this film. I'm going to pull up an article here from, what was it? I believe it was Vanity Fair. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Top Gun Maverick is the right's latest culture war crusade.
Oh, shit.
Now, you really want to trust the mainstream media? I don't. But you gotta see what they have to say because it's always funny, it's always entertaining. So we're gonna wait for Darren to get back because I realized that he got kicked out again. Oh, there he is. There you are.
Every time you bring something up, the sound cuts out.
My God. Damn it, StreamYard. So Top Gun Maverick is the right's latest culture war crusade. Conservative media figures are hailing the blockbuster as a patriotic, anti-woke display of militarism. And masculinity. Now, look, again, it's one of these things. Oh, my God. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this.
I was just going to mention that.
Look at this. Some bastard with my name talking shit.
Yeah.
Let's find him and curb stomp his ass.
There can be only one.
Yeah. You are nothing but a cheap knockoff.
But you see, here's the thing.
Dollar Tree brand.
I find it hilarious that this asshole says conservative media figures are hailing the blockbuster as a patriotic, anti-woke display of militarism and masculinity. Again, as if there's something wrong with men being masculine.
Well, it makes people feel so insecure about their pathetic little selves.
It's disgusting, isn't it?
Yep.
But again, blaming the other side, more mud throwing. Anti-woke. See, it's not anti-woke in the sense that it's sending a clear message about being anti-leftist, for example.
It's neither.
It is an entertaining movie.
Exactly.
And again, that's what movies are supposed to be.
First and foremost, be entertaining or fucking be great work of art. At least try to do both if you can.
And so you have these idiots that come on to their soapboxes and they spew their shit. They put out these articles. Let's see, the long way, blah, 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 da, 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 da. I'm just scrolling through to see what kind of stupid shit they say. Aside from the Defense Department propaganda inherent to most of Hollywood's military-themed creations, the film is not overtly political in a way that is recognizable to Americans who have grown accustomed to Air Force flyovers at the Super Bowl and World Series.
They just contradicted themselves right fucking there.
Yeah.
This movie celebrates anti-wokeism. The movie's not overtly political.
That's the point.
Do you
And-
even know what the fuck you're talking about?
What
But you
kind of
see-
shit is that?
But you see, that's the point, right? Because in their minds, you can't be in the middle because you're either with them or you're against them.
Mhm.
For them, there is no middle ground. If you're not woke, that means that you're anti them. You don't even have to have a political message in your film speaking out against them. All you have to do is not be them, and they have a problem with your existence.
Mhm.
Go see Top Gun, guys. Top Gun Maverick is a fantastic film, and it's pure balls to the walls entertainment with a lot of emotional investment. And
Very.
I don't want to say a send off because it doesn't really pass the torch because Maverick in the film is
It's a
very
sharing
much
the torch.
yeah. I mean, he's very active in the film, and the cast does a fantastic job. Of course, the opening to Top Gun Maverick is a callback to the original, and Danger Zone. I love the fucking song, dude. It's just kick ass.
Kenny Loggins did an amazing job.
Yep.
Thank you to
So,
him.
Yeah.
Great way to start the movie. Get the blood flowing.
Right.
You have to
And
be on-
here's the funny
sorry.
thing. The funny thing is, there is a little back and forth with one of the female pilots, and it was really entertaining. Bless you, because
Thank
it
you.
reminded me of the humor between Hudson and Vasquez in Aliens.
No, have you?
Did you pick up on that, Danner?
Oh, yeah.
Between Phoenix and Hangman.
Yep.
I know. Yeah, I mean, it was fine. The female pilot Phoenix, she wasn't obnoxious. She wasn't
Exactly.
like, "Oh, well, I'm a woman. You guys need to respect my fucking authority."
They
right?
did not
Respect
do
my
that.
authority.
Yeah.
I may be a woman, but I could do anything a man could do.
Yeah, she didn't need to say
Right.
any of that. She was just a great pilot, and she proved it.
Yeah, because a character's strengths are shown through their actions,
Not
not
their-
what we're told about them.
Nah, what comes out of their fucking mouth?
Exactly.
Oh, man. Sorry, guys. I'm just taking in the moment.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I was able to. I mean, I'm glad I was able to see Top Gun Maverick twice in a 4D theater because it was a fantastic movie experience,
Mhm.
and it's giving me hope. Right? I don't like to always be sitting up here talking shit, being angry about entertainment because, again, like we've already said, the entertainment is there to entertain, not to be setting political messages. And look, obviously, movies have always had some sort of subliminal messages that were put in, but the filmmakers were smart enough to realize that you shouldn't put any kind of hardcore message into your movie, otherwise you're going to alienate your audience and subsequently cut off your flow of monetization.
Exactly. But even if you are to put some kind of political subtext in your movies, it should be to make the audience think, not tell them what to think.
There you go.
You draw your own fucking conclusions.
There you go. I mean, take They Live, for example. John Carpenter's They Live.
Exactly.
That is a perfect example of it.
It's not an us versus them type of message. It's just in general. It's looking at the bigger picture, showing us what we don't see as, well, mindless consumers.
Right. And you know what? It's actually, for that particular movie, it's actually a message of unity, if you really think about it. It's that you need to see the subliminal messages in everyday life and realize that you're being fucked with by your fucking government. It's very unifying, really. But, I mean, not everybody sees it that way, unfortunately, because they're not thinking that level,
Well, people have become so fucking intimate with their political beliefs that it's clouded their judgment.
Yeah.
And that goes like quadruple for leftists, by the way.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, they wear the shit.
The right is bad, but
right.
I mean, they're bad too. It's just the left is much worse, in my opinion.
They're much more heavy-handed with what they have to say because, again, it's like you're either with us or against us. And look, the aspect of this war on pop culture goes both ways because, I mean, you still have idiots on the conservative side of things that blame movies and video games for mass shootings, for example. It's
Bullshit.
like, no, it's not. And
I've been playing
again,
Grand Theft Auto since I was 9. I never shot a single fucking person or stole a car.
Yeah.
There you go.
Not to mention, I play Call of Duty, and I haven't shut up my fucking school. You see me in jail or underground?
I
I
play
don't think
Batman
so.
Arkham Knight. I'm not Batman.
I wish.
Oh,
Though,
wait.
right?
Yeah, that sucks. That's a bad example. This sucks.
So it's the culture war and pop culture goes both ways. It's just it's so predominantly leftist right now because they've dominated the entertainment industry for years, and it
They
was
painted
allowed
a
to happen.
target.
Yeah.
They painted a target on themselves. You make this too easy. But
Yeah.
but
I mean,
even look, spoilers. I'm sorry for Top Gun Maverick, but when certain someone gets a send off, it is so fucking beautiful
yes.
that
Yes.
I actually took my fucking hat off when it happened because I just had this sad expression on my face,
Yeah. If I had a hat, I would have done the same thing, but
Yeah.
I didn't. But yeah, man, it was again. It's how you properly handle your legacy characters, giving them proper send offs, respecting the ones that came before. Unlike the sequel trilogy, unlike Kenobi, which just takes a giant shit on the lore, on the characters.
Yeah. And let's just be clear about something. There's nothing wrong with like bringing legacy characters into this reboot or whatever. And if they do die, you just gotta do it in the most respectful way you possibly can. Otherwise, you're gonna feel the wrath of the fan base. Did Han Solo die with dignity? No. Did Luke Skywalker or whoever the fuck that hermit was,
Jake
did he die with
Skywalker?
dignity?
Hell no.
Fucking-lutely not. Did
No.
Leia? I mean, to be fair, they did what they had to do with Leia because Carrie Fisher died. But I mean, to quote Ralph, I think it was Ralph the movie maker who said it. But how come fucking Yondu gets a more proper fucking send off than Leia?
Disgusting, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it shows that they don't care, man. It's just that's why you got to stop funding these people. You got to stop giving your money to Disney. Don't go see Thor: Love and Thunder. Don't. It's shit. It's absolute shit. I heard it's a mess. I heard that the story
I'm not even
is
hearing good things about it.
But you know the Marvel consumers are going to continue doing what they do because they don't know any better, or they do know and they just don't care. It's one
again, I must stress, if you just want to, like, if you're just blissfully ignorant to the shady shit and just how bad Disney is, and you just want to go enjoy the movie, go ahead. I can't stop you.
It's true.
I'm actually jealous of your ignorance, actually.
Maybe.
But sort of to an extent. But
yeah,
at the same time, but even if I felt that way, I'd probably still feel the same way. Where I say, I'm done with Marvel. Like, I'm done. I'm checked out.
Yeah.
But about how they handled Kenobi, like, they fucked up right away. I mean, on face value, it's like, oh, yay, you win, yay. Hello there. You like that, but they fucked up immediately because he fucking abandoned his post.
Yeah. And they made it very clear. Bail Organa says, this isn't about the boy. What?
What
Did you
the
not
fuck?
see the original trilogy? It's all about him. I'm sorry, but Leia
Jimmy
isn't.
Smits?
Yeah, I mean, Leia isn't the one that fights fucking Vader on the Death Star and confronts the Emperor, proudly declaring, "I am a Jedi, like my father before me." Bro, okay, she didn't say that shit. She didn't do that.
No.
She did not give her life just to turn her father back to the light to save the galaxy from tyranny. Okay? It is all about Luke. I don't want to diminish Leia. I'm not trying to diminish her. With that said, she is not the focal point. She is not the Jedi hero.
Don't prop her up into something she never was. I mean, obviously, we love her. She's a great character, but she is not the savior. She's not. She is a hero who we love dearly. She's a piece of the puzzle, yes.
Right.
But it's not even just that with what they do with Kenobi and just making him so inept. I mean, him being not as good of a Jedi as he used to be in his prime. I mean, yeah, that can make sense. It can.
Yeah.
It's certainly not as bad as, well, Last Jedi. It's not quite
But
that bad.
But they were going that way.
Almost,
the problem.
yes.
That's
I
the
know.
problem, because he was saying some lines that were like, Jake Skywalker, what are you doing here? Okay, because his whole mission is to watch over Luke, because eventually he's gonna have to grow up and fight the Empire.
Exactly.
He's the last hope, right?
And it just kind of throws the ending to Revenge of the Sith a bit to the side, because I mean, yeah, they were at a low point, obviously. Like, the Jedi are extinct now, and they're just kind of scattered throughout the galaxy in very small quantities. But when Obi-Wan drops Luke off at the homestead, he does leave with a sense of optimism. Like, the way how he smiles and does a little
twirl.
Yeah, he does that twirl and walks back to his camel thing. Like, it, as dark as Revenge of the Sith got, it still has that hopeful ending for what's to come. Like, yeah, they're at a low point now, but they are going to rise above it thanks to Luke Skywalker here, who will grow up, learn the ways of the Force, become a Jedi like his father, and eventually having to confront the guy and learn all sorts of truths about himself. His own little journey of self-discovery. But
the New Hope. Luke is the New Hope.
That's the fucking title.
Yet they somehow didn't think about that in this series, and they give us a fucking contrived plot about Reva discovering a connection between Bail and Obi-Wan, and then kidnapping an Imperial senator's daughter.
What is her fucking goal?
Oh, and by the way, just as a quick side note, she survived getting stabbed in the stomach twice. And I'm thinking to myself, Qui-Gon, you poor bastard, why couldn't you just walk it off? It's pathetic, dude.
Well, I mean, he did just fight Darth Maul. He did get bunted in the head. Maybe he just wanted to rest a little.
And maybe he just passed out.
And then when he comes to, it's like, oh, yeah, shit, I got stabbed. Oh, shit, whoops. I probably... Oh, yeah. But here's a question. Where was the healing powers that Rise of Skywalker just suddenly
introduced? Fuck that.
Yeah,
well, you see, that's the problem with introducing new Force powers.
They make it up as they go along, and it just comes off as so contrived. It's worse than plot armor, for fuck's sakes.
Yes.
It is. It's plot magic. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plot magic. See, also, I mean, and look, it's ridiculous because what you're doing is you're introducing new Force abilities in the tail end of your story, and it brings up logistical questions. That's the same problem with the Holdo maneuver. Because it's like, if you can use fucking light speed as a weapon, why did nobody ever do it before? You're telling me that from a logical standpoint, nobody in the galaxy over thousands of years never thought, let me use light speed as a weapon to go right through an enemy brigade, right?
But, I mean, even with healing, it's like, before anyone even tries to fucking, oh, well, Knights of the Old Republic and Jedi Academy, you can force heal. Those are video games.
Hello, there's this thing called Bacta, fucking Bacta.
Yeah.
Or medical droids, you idiot.
And those games had those too. Just bring med packs, antidote kits, and fucking Bacta containers. But
and yet,
to just shoehorn that shit into any sort of given situation in Star Wars, just for the sake of plot conveniences, it's contrived as shit. But what makes it so bad in the Obi-Wan series is that there's no explanation. How did Reva survive? How did the Grand Inquisitor survive? How?
Oh.
But with Reva, I got to go back to that question I just asked. What was her fucking goal? I mean, I know it was something about getting close to Vader because there was, I don't know, a spark of good in her because, well, he killed the Jedi and I need to deliver justice. I'm going to hunt down this kid.
Dude,
what?
She talks about bringing justice, like, because of her Jedi youngling friends, but it's like, bro, you killed how many innocent people to do that? Are you really...
Oh,
Jedi?
She's sadistic as fuck, dude. That's the thing.
but and she's
Yeah,
so
not the-
poorly written. But go on, Caleb. Go on.
She's she's sadistic as fuck. She's evil, dude.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking like
I don't know that
almost Darth Vader levels of evil, but she was on a goodwill mission. She wants to get justice for her Jedi friends that got killed. It's like, and she was too.
Yeah. But if it was really just all a ploy so she could try and assassinate Vader, well, that's all you need. But they fuck it up so badly because they didn't know what to do. Like, okay, is she bad? Is she good? And then when she's acting bad, she is so fucking terrible at it. Like, when she's interrogating Leia, it's like, you can't even break a fucking 10-year-old kid to crack.
You know what?
You
To be fair, though, the Empire somehow couldn't figure out that Leia was hiding under a fucking robe while they were walking in the open. Nobody noticed a little girl underneath the fucking cloak, 2 pairs of legs walking through.
Okay, seriously, that's like Austin Powers 3 level of
Yeah.
like
And it's not
committee
even a
meeting.
comedy.
Yeah.
Like Austin, that like he's sitting on Mini Me's shoulders. That's what it reminded me of. Like, we are beyond satire. And another technical thing I just wanted to point out with Kenobi is just how dark it was. And I'm not talking in terms of tone. Think Alien versus Predator Requiem dark.
Oh,
I
God.
can't see shit.
can't
No,
see fucking shit.
until somebody ignites a fucking lightsaber, I can't see a goddamn thing.
Oh,
and-
yeah.
When was it? I bitched about this before, but even how they handle Vader, like, I can understand that he feels that I can understand wanting to hunt down Kenobi, but once Anakin's Vader, he's not this, he's got a lot of anger in him, he's got a lot of hate, but it's not on that display where he's just so fucking Kylo Ren levels of angry.
Yeah.
He still kept his composure. Like, even when he fucking chokes out, like, Admiral Ossel, who was totally a rebel spy, by the way, or fucking Captain Nita, he's not, like, bitching or screaming at them. Like, when he kills Captain Nita, he's like, apology accepted. Like, he almost seems like very calm, collective, and kind of a dick, but in this... Again,
Also-
I can understand him feeling like he's got a score to settle, but even go back to A New Hope. When he senses that Obi-Wan is on the Death Star, he's not all, Obi-Wan's here, I must face him.
Like,
No,
he's
here's the
not
thing.
like he's not roided up.
Well, here's the thing.
Exactly.
If this story took place like maybe months or maybe a year after Revenge of the Sith, then maybe I could buy it more. But not 10
yeah.
years. Not 10
No.
years. 10
No,
years,
exactly.
you've gone through a lot in 10 years. So your perspective on things would be different. Just a little bit.
But that other thing that he did where it's like, okay, now you're really fucking him up just by his own actions. Like, yeah, I know, I'm not saying Vader can't be outwitted. I mean, Luke was able to hide from him in the dark, for gosh sakes, but Vader took advantage of that by taunting Luke. But here, like, I mentioned this, I forget which stream it was, but, you know, ship's taking off, he stops with the Force, looks badass, brings it down. It's like, oh, that was pretty cool. They're on another ship. It was as bad as that fake out shit with Chewie and Rise of Skywalker. It's like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
How could Vader not have sensed they're on another fucking ship?
You know, I'm a little disappointed because there was a lot that they could have done with this series. And I just want to show
So
this off.
disappointing.
I want to show off this picture that I drew back in 2019. Okay, so you guys remember, and they even fucking did it again in this series, where Vader's mask was like cracked.
Damaged.
You could see Anakin's face.
Like in Rebels.
Right. Okay. So I had this idea for an Obi-Wan Kenobi series where Obi-Wan would be basically having a nightmare. And think about 2 influential people in his life that are bad or went bad. One of them is Maul, who we never got to see in this series, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And then Vader. What happens when you put 2 of them together? Imagine Vader, or imagine Obi-Wan's having a nightmare, and he's facing down Darth Vader, and he's having a lightsaber fight. And just imagine this, like, actually have them doing this live action. And then Obi-Wan kind of damages Vader's mask. And obviously you're thinking, oh, I'm going to see Anakin under there. But you don't. Instead, you see this. Let's see.
Oh,
You see
Yeah.
Maul instead. The ultimate nightmare. Having
Yeah.
two very influential people in one body. I mean, it's just like a nightmare sequence. It wouldn't be something that actually happened, just a nightmare sequence.
I
Where
like that
Obi-Wan-
concept.
It
But-
would have been something cool.
But
But
also, yeah, I mean, I hate that it's getting a second season supposedly. Like, are you just gonna try and do Rebels or something? Like, are they gonna try and do whichever series it was? I don't even know, but I know that Obi-Wan and Maul do meet again.
yeah, it's
So,
in
like-
Rebels.
Okay,
But you know what? They're retconning so much shit,
Yep.
changing so many things. It's just go ahead. Cole.
I mean,
Sorry, I'm sorry. Sorry to interrupt you guys, but and there was a major continuity error. At least they somewhat. I hope they fucking fixed that shit though. Was Reva or Reva, whatever her fucking name is, killing?
motto.
Yeah, whatever her name is, killing the fucking Grand Inquisitor.
But
just
they
so-
already rectified that. Remember?
Yeah,
They
I know.
did.
Yeah, I know. And then oh surprise! Oh surprise! Guess what? You thought you killed me. You tried. Guess I look pretty good for a dead.
But
bitch,
it's
so-
stupid. It's stupid though because
is.
they bait that shit. But it's like, dude, people
Like,
are going to
dude!
point out. Why would you? I mean, look. Why
I
would you
fucking
even
pointed
do
that out. I
Why
fucking
would
pointed that
you-
out.
Why would you do that, knowing that you? I mean, you're going to fake us out like that, even though people remember that the Grand Inquisitor doesn't die there. It's like it's stupid. It's like trying to have a moment
paradox.
of suspense and like tension for Leia. You remember when Leia's falling and Obi-Wan is struggling to try and use the Force on her? They're building up so much like, oh my god, she might die. But it's like,
No,
original trilogy, you know?
Yeah. Not to mention they clearly ripped. I'm pretty sure they got the inspiration of that from Jedi Fallen Order. You know, and the damn it, what the fuck is the name
It
of
was
that?
it was in the beginning level where
Yeah,
his
yeah.
friend is falling down from
Yeah, and
the
he
Star Destroyer.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was talking about. Like they basically got that off of them. And and don't even get me started. Don't you fucking get me started on the Grand Inquisitor's look. It looks terrible. It looks like fucking Pinhead without the fucking nails in his face.
What do you
Nah.
expect? It's Disney. They don't care.
Yeah.
You don't fucking
course.
care. Oh, and don't even get. Oh, and speaking of major continuity errors, like not only did you make the Grand Inquisitor look like shit, you fucking made Cad Bane look like shit though. At least give him a bigger fucking hat though, compared to the fucking Clint Eastwood hat. No disrespect though, but at least have his signature trademark big ass hat.
Yeah.
And by the way, when I had hopes that Disney would finally get off their fucking high horse and fix the
No.
shit in Mandalorian season
No.
2 finale. I had hopes, but then they decided to just pull the fucking rug out from under us.
I
Yep.
never trusted Disney. That's the point. When they fired Gina Carano, that was the end of it. Okay.
Yeah,
That was the end of it. We knew what they were sending a clear message by doing what they did. And so that's again the message to remember. Well, two things. One, stop giving money to people who hate you.
so
Get off your addiction to this entertainment bullshit. And two, support alternative media because the entertainment is out there. Do
exactly.
you know what that means? Do you know what that term means? It means that because of all the bullshit that we've experienced, there is a ray of hope out there. The entertainment is out there means that there's good entertainment to be found. Eric July, Gina Carano, two very prominent examples that have cropped up. So when you go out into the hunt for good entertainment, just remember that it's out there. But you just have to know where to look. You have to want it. Drop the shit. I'm not saying to drop what you already have, because obviously Disney's never going to ruin the 6 Star Wars films for me. It's not going to ruin The Force Unleashed. It's not going to ruin the Battlefront games, the original ones. You know, fucking Jedi Academy, fucking Knights of the Old Republic, all that. It's not going to ruin it because I have all that already. I can enjoy all that. I don't have to indulge myself in Mandalorian. I don't have to indulge myself in Book of Shitty Fett. I don't have to indulge myself in fake ass Kenobi. All right. I have what I need. Now it's time to look out for new entertainment. And support good things like Top Gun Maverick. At least in this case. I still don't fully trust Paramount because it's still that old shit of Hollywood. With that said, Top Gun Maverick is one of the few examples of doing, bringing back legacy characters and, doing it right.
When it comes to Disney, I'm just going to read that quote that I posted yesterday. You're not supposed to think about it. You're just supposed to consume the product and let it wash over you so you don't forget about it the instant it's over. Like the McNuggets you ate the night before. That's what movies are now. That's what Disney is.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
All right. So that is it for this episode. I can't believe that we're freaking 15 episodes into the war on pop culture. It's been one hell of a ride, and the ride is still going.
Yeah, the war is still going on.
I'm still trying to get used to my new surroundings. Well, sort of new. I did some rearranging, and I wanted to wear this hat to show my support for Nerdrotic and the Geeks and Gamers crew. Again, it was fantastic meeting them at Fan Expo Dallas. I wish I was able to get footage with Gina Carano, but unfortunately we couldn't do it. But still, we did have a good conversation with them. We were actually on one of their panels. Well, I spoke at their panel, and they gave some really good advice. We're not small content creators; we're up and coming. So make sure you guys
Gary.
Yes, thank you guys. So make sure you guys stay tuned. More war on pop culture, obviously. Also be on the lookout for the Hollow Screen review series, which is coming out this month. July 25th is the first episode. And we're reviewing every Halloween film leading up to Halloween Ends, which I hope isn't complete shit. But considering how bad Halloween Kills was, it is what it is.
Oh,
and keep your expectations realistic.
Yes.
Oh, and coming up is the 8th and final installment of Special Agent Carter Sauce's Magic Projector, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 is coming up. The final installment of this beloved franchise.
But of course, that won't be the end of Special Agent Carter Sauce's Magic Projector. We're just getting started, right, Carter? It's the end of this franchise.
It's the end of this franchise. And then there's another franchise coming in, and we'll talk about that once we get to the end of this.
Ooh. Anyway, so thank you to Mother Mulder and Kyle Curtis Flett, part of the Dark Ether Files Patreon. Your support is greatly appreciated. Once again, if you want to support us on Patreon, you get access to some exclusive content, Patreon exclusive reviews. You get to also have a Skype chat with us once every other month, I believe. I had to update our Patreon stuff just a little bit because it is a little dated. I do have a few other plans that I want to sort of implement. But if you guys want to, feel free to do so, but don't feel obligated to. It's just another way to help us out in this war on pop culture, right? Doing more shameless plugins, right? Also, stay tuned, of course, for a Hollow Screen review series. We also have a few other things in the works that we're still working out the kinks on. Thank you to all of our new subscribers from Fan Expo. It's great. Thank you to Kyle for being in the chat. Abomination AJ, thank you for tuning in. It is greatly appreciated. So, with that all being said, thank you guys very much for watching, listening, and supporting. And as always, my fellow investigators, remember that the entertainment is out there. I'm Special Agent Spooky Clutter.
I'm Special Agent Carter Sauce.
Special Agent Dr. Richtofen.
And until next time, fellow investigators, remember
the entertainment.
The entertainment.
The entertainment. The entertainment.